Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my sister Mandalati pranams under the lotus feet of our most worshipful Shri Gurudev. Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Prasam Shri Guru Maharaj. To all the Guru Varga and all simple Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So today we're observing Sri Kamika Ekadashi. So briefly, Vaishnava giving this opportunity to glorify this Ekadashi today. Many times we've heard so many glories of Ekadashi. Ultimately, we know that the real glory of Ekadashi is that Ekadashi can award rain. He is Bhakti Janani. He is the mother of devotion. All the other things, sometimes you can read about by Ekadashi, then someone is purified from all sins, someone becomes liberated. This is, of course, very glorious, and this is very helpful. And especially for conditioned jivas, then we need like all this help to be purified from all anarthas, from all sins. But this is not enough. The real glory of Ekadashi is that Ekadashi can award this devotion. Not just absence of all sinful activities. So, we heard also from Vaishnavas that Ekadashi have many specialities. Twice a month, Ekadashi comes. So, in this first month of Chaturmasya, this Ekadashi is called Kamika Ekadashi. Sometimes some girls, they're given this name Kamika. Kamika has many meanings, like beautiful, desired, some fulfilling desire, like this. So, in a way, this Ekadashi has been given this name Kamika Ekadashi. Meaning, this Ekadashi can really fulfill desires. Like, we hear sometimes that every dust in Braj is wish fulfilling. The trees are desire trees. Sometimes when we hear this, it's like, oh, very nice place. And because immediately when we hear that, and we think in terms of ourselves, like, oh, they can fulfill my desires. And really, most people, they have the desire that, like, to enjoy. Like when they hear like, oh, desire trees, like, oh, very nice, I can use this, with all my desires to enjoy. And really, that disqualifies us for coming to this actual place. Because if we know, what is the real desire of the inhabitants of Vrindavan, all the associates of Krishna? Anukulena Krishna Anushinama. That's all. It's that Anyabilasita Sunyam. Actually, they are free from all other desires. And the only desire is to do what is favorable to Krishna. So, Arupa Goswami himself has told this definition, but he also has told that Bhukti Mukti Spriha Yavat Pisachi Riti Vartate. If this desire for Mukti and Bhukti, which are, if they haunt or if they live in your heart, like Pisachi, like ghosts or like witches, then he said, Yavat Bhakti Sukha Syatra. Bhakti Sukha Syatra. How this happiness of bhakti can actually manifest if they're there. Now, if you think about this, we know bhakti is Ladini Shakti. This is pleasure potency. Only by bhakti, Bhagavan can be happy. Only by bhakti also we can be happy. Everyone is happy by bhakti. But if we understand and if we try to look in our situation, we are engaging in bhakti all the time. We're chanting also, we're doing so much seva, but why we're not happy? Sometimes we can ask this question, why we're not happy? All these activities we're doing is bhakti. Why we're not happy? Because some ghost is there in our heart, living in our heart. What is that? The desire for bhakti and mukti. Somehow there's some desire for sense gratification or some desire for liberation. And therefore you may be engaged in service, but then mind is somewhere else. Now you're thinking like, oh, why am I doing all this? I'm washing all these pots. I could be watching a movie on YouTube or doing all these other things. So this is, when we talk about like this Ekadashi, this Kamika Ekadashi, can actually fulfill all the desires, but understanding which desire, the real desire of the soul, the real desire of the jiva, which can really make them happy. And removing all these other desires for bhakti or mukti. Therefore, today we're observing this Vrata. It's only for this reason. We're associating with the Vaishnavas, we're doing all this sadhana, minimizing all the senses demands, and taking opportunity. Gurudev would remind us, this Ekadashi itself is not different from Krishna. And it's like Krishna's come this day. So every second of this day, we don't waste for utilizing in service to this body or trying to enjoy this body. We utilize it only for service of Krishna. Like Krishna's come, so what do? So then you spend all your time with Him and making Him be pleased. So therefore, on this day, the actual devotees, then they don't consider it this is the rule and regulation. They consider it like, oh, Krishna has come. Therefore, they have no desire for eating, they have no desire for sleeping. They just take this time for hearing and chanting, and hearing Harikatha, all this, doing kirtan, like this. But for those who have no this love yet, then it's important to follow this Vaidhi, all these rules. And so therefore, then all these rules are given there. But again, we're reminded, what is the main rule? Main rule is, remember Krishna, not to forget. And we said, all the other rules are servant to that rule. So we can see all the connections, all these rules, like fasting, like not sleeping, and doing all these other regulations, specifically to help us remember Krishna more. Utilize our time more for remembrance of Shri Krishna. And therefore, making us have the real experience of this devotion. So this Ekadashi giving this opportunity. Not only purifying, but actually giving that devotion itself. So this is what we are praying. Now, like in my case, I don't have this devotion. So therefore, praying, following this nicely, observing this in association of Vaishnavas, and praying that this mood can come.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुवरं श्रीगुरुं भजतस्सदं शरणागतं तं प्रपन्नं श्रीगुरुचरणं वन्दे रमणकृष्णाय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्रीनाथ जय रूप सनातन भक्त रघुनाथ श्री जी गोपाल भक्तदास हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे। First of all, I offer my Shastamala pranams, those speak for spiritual masters. Lord Vishnu Vishnu Bhava Stotra Sabha Shiva Bhaktivedanta Shri Kamika Sai Maharaj Shri Lord Vishnu Vishnu Bhava Stotra Sabha Shiva Bhaktivedanta Sai Maharaj Shri Taru Palakali Guru Varga Taru Ajindra So as we've been hearing, today is this very auspicious tithi. It's Kamika Ekadashi. So we heard previously we heard this katha of different Ekadashis. Like this Maruttani Ekadashi, this katha we heard. And Maruttani means what? We undertake this seva vrat to serve who? Is Varoru. Srimati Radhika, she is called Varoru, means she who has very beautiful thighs. Of course, she is addressed by Raghunath Das Goswami in his Bhakti Samajjali as Varoru. And this way we see that every Ekadashi has a speciality. And now we see in Purushottam Mass, there will be two special Ekadashis that will not appear at any other time of the year. What are they? Padmini Ekadashi and Parama Ekadashi. So these two Ekadashis that appeared in this month. And we see this Ekadashi is just 3 days before Purushottam, this month of Purushottam. We see that just reading this article that Bhaktivedanta Thakur had written and that was published actually, translated and published in 2010. In 2010 also there was Purushottam Mass. 10, 12, 15, 18, 20, 23. So just on the eve of this month I published this. So there in Bhaktivedanta Thakur he was saying that why so many why so much confusion? Why do we see that the Shastras, like the Smriti Shastras are for the Smartas and the Shruti Shastras are for those who are following this Paramarthik Siddhanta? Because of this Adhikara Nishtha. Because the Smartas, they have this Adhikara Nishtha in the Smriti Shastras. And the Bhaktas, they have this Adhikara Nishtha in the Paramarthik Shastras. So therefore there is this classification between the two. And if you see, like even if you look at this month of Purushottam, how can it be called? They call it Malin Vruch. Malin Vruch means it's like very bad name. Malin Mas. If you see actually, it is called Adhik Mas. And what does it do? This tally between the lunar and solar calendar, what does it do? It increases that. It closes the gap. And therefore, how can it be called inferior in any way? Therefore, we see in the Narada Purana there is this very famous shloka that Krishna is saying. That he said that Aham Chaitaya Lokeshu Pratita Purushottama. That I am known in all the lokas, Sarva Lokeshu Pratitai Purushottama. And I am known as Purushottama in all the lokas. Similarly, Tasyaham Api Lokeshu Pratita Purushottama. He told this month, Tasyapi Lokeshu Pratita Purushottama. You will also be known as Purushottam Mas. Because this month we see that Purushottam Masena, Purushottam Masa Taive Tena Purushottama. Tasma Siradikya Bhakta Shraddhaya Purushottama. That who is the predominating deity of this Purushottam Mas? Purushottam Mas Taiva Tena Purushottama. Tasma Shraddhadika Tasmat Sevadikya Bhakta Shraddhaya Purushottama. And this way he is especially served in this month. So this Ekadashi is appeared right before. And we see like yesterday we heard that verse also. That Govardhanam Naram Mande Gopal Rupinam Gokulam Samishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. This verse was actually uttered by Kaundilya Rishi. Kaundilya Rishi was a very realized soul. He had uttered this verse. And we see that there are so many histories in the Shastras that actually speak of the glories of this birth. It is said that Draupadi, before, she was the daughter of Medha Rishi. And when she was the daughter of Medha Rishi, Durvasa, he had actually told her the glories of this Purushottam Mas. He had told her that you follow all these instructions, don't neglect them. But Draupadi did not actually follow this Purushottam Mas. And in one way it is said that And Valmiki, he spoke those same instructions to one king called Tritatanva. And this Tritatanva, he was the one who started telling everyone that since all of you are my subjects, start following this Purushottam Mass. And everyone, they started following this month of Purushottam. So therefore we see that actually, how do we follow this path? Because we see there are three kinds of sadhaks. There is the Sonishta sadhak, there is the Paranishtita sadhak, and there is the Nirapeksha sadhak. So householders, they are generally Sonishta and Paranishtita. And Vanaprasthis, Brahmacharis and Sannyasis, they are like this Nirapeksha. So here, all these rules that have been given in this Purushottam Mass, like so many rules, like don't sleep on the floor, this, that, and like offer a lamp, Vamishana, and bathing in here, in the ocean, all that. So that Thakur has actually said this for the Sonishta sadhak. Because the Sonishta sadhak, he has so much nishtha in his own Swadharma, in his Varnashram dharma. He will not look, he has his adhikar nishtha there. So therefore all these instructions in the Shastras have been given for him here. But for the Paranishtita sadhak, what does he do? He follows his Guru Varga. He follows his Amnayamani. He follows whatever his Guru Varga instructed him to do so. He does not even care for his own Swadharma. He does not even care for that. Because we see Mahaprabhu himself, he said that Varnashrama Sharanara, that Nanyat Taptosha Karanam, that this entire Varnashram dharma is meant to please Vishnu. But actually Mahaprabhu said is Evabhaiya. So the Paranishtita sadhak, he doesn't care for this. Therefore in Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sanatana Goswami, he has written a very nice verse. Therein he has said that all these different instructions, if you see, like there it is said that Indrasya asaktanam, Indrayet asaktanam, sadaiva vimalamati. Indrasya asaktanam, sadaiva vimalamati. And then he said that, for last verse, then he said that na upavasat jitatmana, he has actually said that paritoshanam Vishnu na upavasa jitatmana. So in the first verse it said that Indresha asaktanam sadaiva vimalamati. One who has this vimalmati, whose consciousness is very pure, then Indresha asaktanam. He does not care for any of the senses and the sense objects. Why? Because paritoshanam Vishnu na upavasa jitatmana. He does not even care for this upavasa also, if you see. Because normally there are so many regulations that you have to follow. Don't eat this, don't eat that. But here you see, paritoshanam Vishnu na upavasa jitatmana. He is jitatman. He has actually conquered his mind and senses. So for him there is no such consideration also. Why? Because he is always pleasing Vishnu. Paritoshanam Vishnu no upavasa. Na upavasa, he said here. So he doesn't even follow the upavasa also. So that is for the Paranishtita sadhak. And what is the final, the essence? The essence is what? That evam ekantika try smaranam kirtanam Prabhu. This is the essence of all instructions there in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Sanatana Goswami said that for the ekantik bhaktas, what is needed for them? Ekantikam evam praya smaranam kirtanam Prabhu. They especially only dedicate themselves to the smaran kirtan. This is properly following Purushottam Mass. As for that is properly following Ekadashi actually. No. What is the meaning of Ekadashi? Is to drink this Hari Kirtan by your ears. No. Not just that you regulate yourself, you don't need to drink it always. No. And you hear that verse that Pipata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. So how do you drink this? Nigama Kalpataru Galitam Phalam Sukamaka Amrita Travasam Yutam Pipata Bhagavata Rasamalayam. So here you see, does it mean that you drink, that you eat by your mouth? Actually, Pipata Bhagavata Rasamalayam is by your ears you drink this rasa. This is the meaning of following all these brothers. What is the use? By simply following rules and regulations. And we see also that this month of Purushottam, if you see, all the different incarnations of Krishna, they collectively descend during this month. Why? Because it is said that during Satyuga, when did Satyuga begin? Satyuga, if you see, it has a duration of 17 lakh 28,000 years. This is the duration of Satyuga. And if you see, there is Brahma's day has two divisions. There is Shrishti Kalpa and Pralaya. Shrishti Kal and Pralaya Kal. And if you see, the Shrishti Kal and Pralaya Kal each have 7 Manvan avatars, these Manvant avatars. And if you see, one Chaturyuga is Satya, Dwapar, and Treta and Kali. This is one Chaturyuga. And 71 such Chaturyugas, 71 such Chaturyugas make one avatar of Manu. And 14 such avatars of Manu make one day of Brahma. Not even one night, one day of Brahma. 14. So here we see in which we are actually in the 28th Chaturyuga. We are in the 28th Chaturyuga and 7th this Vaivashvat Manvant avatar, in this one. And we are doing this Shweta Varha Kalpa. We are doing this time. So during this time in Satyuga, it is said that on this Sunday, on Shukla Tritiya, which is Akshay Tritiya, on Shukla Tritiya, Satyuga began. And it is in this Satyuga that 4 incarnations appeared. Who are they? Matsya, Kuramaha, Narsingha and Varaha. These 4 avatars, they appeared during this Satyuga, which began on the Shukla Tritiya, on Ravivar, on Sunday. And then, when did Treta Yuga begin? Treta Yuga is how many years? Treta Yuga is like 12 lakh 96,000 years. And Treta Yuga, when did it begin? It began on Shukla Navami in the month of Kartik. This is when Treta Yuga began, which is actually on a Monday, Somvar. And in this Treta Yuga, 3 incarnations of God, of Krishna appeared. Who are they? Parashuram, Ram, and Vamandev. They appeared during this Treta Yuga, which began on Shukla Navami in the month of Kartik on Monday. And then, when did this Dwapar Yuga begin? Dwapar Yuga, it began in the month of Bhadra, on this Trayodashi, which is Krishna Paksha, not Shukla Paksha. On Trayodashi, Krishna Paksha, on which day? On Thursday, Brihaspativar. This is when Treta Yuga began. And what is the duration of this? Duration is 8,64,000 years. This is the duration of this Dwapar Yuga, which began in the month of Bhadra. And here 2 incarnations appeared. Buddha and Kalki. Buddha and Baladev, they appeared here. Krishna's avatar himself, so he's not counted as an avatar. So they appeared during this time. And then we see this month of this Yuga of Kali. When did this Kali Yuga begin? It began on this Purnima of Magh Mas. This is when Kali Yuga actually began. All this information is given in one article by Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj. Like I was just reading one of the magazines. There, Bhakti Maharaj, he wrote one editorial for the 28th year of the Gaudiya Patrika. So when he wrote an editorial for the 28th year of the Gaudiya Patrika, there he mentioned this 28th Chaturyuga. There he mentioned all these different incarnations. This is his speciality. Like for every year of Gaudiya Patrika, he like for the 26th year of the Gaudiya Patrika, he mentioned the 26 qualities of Param Gurudev. And like he always does this. For any particular year, he gives this very special explanation. So in that same article, he has described all these things for the 28th year of the Gaudiya Patrika. So here, in this Kali Yuga, which is 5,32,000 years, which began in the month of Magh, on Friday, Shukrawar, then who appeared? Kalki appeared. So this way you see all these different incarnations, they have appeared in these 4 yugas. But in this month of Purushottam, all of them, they appear together. This 1 month. So no need for us to wait. How long should we wait? If you calculate 5,32,000 years plus 8,64,000 years, that is like what? Nearly like 15,000 years. And then 15,000 years, Chaturyugas plus 13,000 is like 28,000. Again 17,000 is like 40,000. So many years we don't have to wait. Why? Because they all appear collectively together in this 1 month. No need to even wait. They all appear there and then they're ready to give us their blessings. This month. So this Ekadashi has appeared right before this Kamika Ekadashi. You see, what is the meaning of Kamika? Kam means this desires. All of us, we have so many desires. Shiva Thakur himself, it is said, because he was so tired of fulfilling everyone's desires, he took shelter of the gopis. And the gopis, they told him that you stay in Kamyavan and you stay here and engage in Prajavats. And while staying there in Kamyavan, under the Anugati of the gopis, he came to be known as Kameshwar Mahadev. So what is this Kamika Ekadashi? Means, especially, you see, Krishna, he is satisfied by God. He is satisfied by this Kamatmika Bhakti, the prema of the gopis. And especially in this Kamatmika Bhakti, he is satisfied by this Bhava Srimati Radhika. But for the sadhaks of this world, some follow Kamanuga. And even in this Kamanuga, there are two divisions. This Sambandhanuga, which is actually separate from Kamatmika. This is followed by those in Sakya Vatsalya, Dasyas. But here, in this Kamanuga, there is Kamanuga and Tattat Bhava Ichatmika. And the Tattat Bhava Ichatmika, those maid servants of Srimati Radhika who follow this. So therefore, one follows this Ekadashi properly. Then the transcendental Kam. What is the transcendental Kam? Atmendriya Priti Vancha, Tare Boli Kam, Krishnendriya Priti Vancha, Dhare Prem Nam. Then we'll have, now we are all actually satisfying our own senses. But then by properly following this Ekadashi, what will happen? Rather than satisfying our own senses, then Krishnendriya Priti Vancha, Dhare Prem Nam. Then we'll want to satisfy the desires of Sri Krishna himself. This is the meaning of following this Mata. Because Krishna himself, what has he said? He said, Naparayam Niravadya Samjam, Sadhu Kritta Vibhuda Ayusha Prima, Yoma Bhajan Durjara Gaya Shrinkala, Samvricha Tattva Pratyatu Sadhunaha. He said, I cannot even repay my debt to the gopis even if I had a lifetime of Brahma, Vibhuda Ayusha Prima. But he appeared as Mahaprabhu and he's trying to release himself of that day. So by properly being under the Anugati of the Vaishnavas in the Dham, and by having this attitude to welcome this month of Purushottam, this month that is going to come in 3 days, and by following this Ekadashi with this Sankalpa, to follow this Ekadashi as well as this Purushottam Mass, then truly our observance of this Vrat will be fruitful. Then it will have some meaning. Then it will help us in our devotion. Manchatu Bodha Vishwa, Vibhasana Vijaya, Dhanam.
Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Padannaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gauratise Namo Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunatha जय गुसाई करी चरण बंदा जावे के विघ्नना अभीष्ट पूरण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य दयाल Rama Rama Hare धाम की प्रवासी भक्तिवृंद की मनीश्वरी 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 सिंहरानी की प्रतिविघन की चतुर्मस्य व्रत की व्रतकर्मदाय भक्तिवृंद की जय कामिका एकादशी की एकादशी कर्मदाय भक्तिवृंद की और प्रेमानंदी
So now we are following this Chaturmasya Vrata. This is very dear to Bhagavan and all the rishis and maharshis. They follow one-pointedly this vrata. They never misuse their one-pointedness. Bhakta doesn't mean that he is that he thinks there's no I can do anything I wish. That for those who have followed this prem, I can do anything I feel like. I don't have to follow any regulations, discipline. Anything I do is bhakti. Or else I'll do. If I take one step in the dham, it is like parikrama. If I just sleep in the dham, it's like offering dandavata parikrama. If I just speak anything, this is like kirtan. So I can do anything I feel like in the dham. But the shastras don't speak in such way. Neither do the acharyas. You say you're this ekantik, but then how can you know that you're this ekantik, one-pointed? How can you be one-pointed? If you don't desire anything of this world, and if you desire something, then if you have this seva of Bhagavan and Bhaktas, this is the only thing you should desire. If you're following a path which is against Bhakti, Bhajan, then will Bhagavan accept or will Bhaktas accept you? They will say that whatever I'm doing is for Bhagavan pleasing him and for the Bhaktas. But we do such things that is actually against the Shastras, against Bhakti. And will that be ekantik, one-pointed? Like misuse of one's independence. And don't follow any Shastras, don't follow any sadhus, Bhaktas, Bhakti. Just fear and this is like very uncontrolled behavior. And therefore, you see, their fall down is certain. And Bhagavan is not happy with him, and he is not happy with his own self. He is always miserable because he is not following any limbs of bhakti. Therefore, it is said that if you are really surrendered to Bhagavan, then everything is Prabhu's. Whatever you have. If everything is Prabhu's, then how can you understand? This Nam Rup Gun Leela of Bhagavan, you'll always sing about his glories. And you'll always do Kirtan and Shravan. And you'll always be absorbed in this ocean of Ananda. And you'll also make others drown in this ocean of Ananda. So when Chaturmasya began, then Shiva Thakur, he was in Kailash. And what did he do? He saw the Rishi, Brahmashis, Tapasis, Rajarshis, all of them, they were all came near Shiva Thakur. Why? Because Maya cannot touch Shiv Thakur, cannot cover him. Therefore, in this Shravan Mahina, what do? They all always carry Ganga Jal on their shoulders. They carry fruits and flowers, and they go to Kedarnath, to Shivji, where there is no Maya. And if there is Maya, then there is misery. If there is no Maya, then there is no misery. There is Maya, there is Moha, Mamata. And there is no Maya, Moha, Mamata, then what should one feel miserable about? So you want to cross Maya, then you go to Shivji first. And what does Shivji do? He saw Chaturmasya and he started doing Kirtan. And he started doing this Kirtan and Katha. And he didn't need any umbrella. And he didn't need any yantri. He didn't need anything. He's only sitting in the open sky and it's raining all the time. And he's doing Abhishek. And he's doing Abhishek. And he's doing Kirtan. And all the Rishi Mahashis, Brahmarshis, Tapasis, they're all sitting there. And they're all sitting there. And Shivji, he is Shiva. He's very auspicious. Shiva means the embodiment of purity. You can do as much as you want to cast all this inauspiciousness away. But as we are not surrendered to Shivji and haven't taken shelter of Shivji, then who will benefit you? Who will give you auspiciousness? Can you do on your own? Therefore, just offer some water to Shivji, some bale leaves. What does he want? Will he be happy by this? He only wants this Charnamrita Bhagavan, Bhagavad Prasad, Nam Kirtan. He doesn't mind anything else. Because he especially wants this water of the Ganga. This is Bhagavan's Charnamrita. And he wants Bhagavan's Prasad. And he especially becomes happy if you do Kirtan. So seeing this Chaturmasya, and then he opened this Katha, this center for Katha Kirtan. And now everyone started coming to him. And then say, in Chaturmasya, no one goes here and there. They all come on the banks of the Ganga and they sit there. And what happened? Garuji, he was very sad. He was very miserable. He was flying in all the three worlds, but still he was never happy. He went to all the tirthas and he had darshan of all the sadhus, santas, and he took a bath in all the tirthas and he gave in charity, but still he was not happy. He was very sad. And here he saw that in this very auspicious place of Shiva, everyone was listening to Harikatha, everyone was doing Kirtan, everyone was dancing, no one was unhappy. And Garuda he went and sat at a distance. Because he is Bhagavan's Sevak. And he has this mood that I am Bhagavan's Sevak. You see Garud Samba, he is always sitting on top of the Garud Samba. He never sits down, he sits on top of the collar, of the pillar. Sundays before we heard that sometime there was a festival going on, some centennial was going on. And then you see some, like some Acharya, he came there, and Gurudev, he made him sit right next to him. But then the other sannyasis had to sit down. And then the sannyasis became very slighted. They said, oh, why do we have to sit down? We have to be sitting on top. So therefore, if you take someone's position away, then he will become very upset, very miserable. Therefore, Shivji, he doesn't care for all these things. He doesn't care for Singhasan, Vyasgati, all these things. He'll even sit on the floor underneath the tree. He doesn't care for anything. But Garuda, he was sitting on top. And Shivji, he was speaking Harikatha continuously. And for 4 months, Chaturmasya is speaking Harikatha continuously. But still, he was very sad. Garuda. So then anyhow he came to Shivji and he started praying and he said, Prabhu, I'm very sad. So Shivji is Antaryami, he knows everything. So then he knew what was Garuda's problem. When Ram and Lakshman, when they were bound by the Nagpash of Indrajit, then Vishan, he told Hanuman and everyone, they said if Garuda will come here, then Ram and Lakshman can be free from this Nagpash. So they all prayed to Garuda. And they all started praying to Garuda, offered many stutis to him. As soon as Garuda came, all the snakes ran away. And Ram and Lakshman became free. Because if you're bound by snakes, it's very painful. Because snakes, once they bind you, they crush you. And they'll crush all your bones. And then they swallow one. And then that's what snakes do. It's very difficult to free oneself from the snake. Like you see a snake, it entwines itself around your hand. And you see you cannot do anything. If you catch hold of the tail of the snake, then you can escape. But if you catch the mouth of the snake, you cannot escape. So, but as soon as Garuda came, they all ran away in fear. Because they are very terrified of Garuda. So in Garuda, now he had a doubt. Is he really Bhagavan Dasarathi Ram? But just by seeing me, these snakes ran away. But if he was really my Prabhu, then how did he get bound by these snakes? Why is he suffering if he is really Bhagavan? And now you see he's sitting here. As soon as I came, the snakes left him and he's again okay. So now he had doubt in his heart. And says Sandhyatma Vinashati. See, if you have doubt in Guru, in Bhagavan, the Bhaktos, in Dham, in the Shastras, this doubt, then you see, whatever is written there is Brahmavakya. It's the unchanging truth. If Bhagavan and his Bhaktas are showing their human-like behavior, don't be confused. You see, Yashodama is twisting Krishna's ears and she's chastising him. Krishna is crying, he wants to sit on Yashoda's lap. And now she said, oh, this Braj is very fortunate. How fortunate these Vrajvasis are. This land of Vrajas. These cows are so fortunate. You see, Krishna himself, he wants to sit on the laps of the gopis. He wants to drink of the milk of the cows. And Yashoda, she doesn't even want to take Krishna on his lap. She says, hey, you're like a pig. You're so dirty. I dressed you so nicely. Again, like a pig, you're rolling there in the dust, in the cow dung. And then Krishna said, yes, previously I was also a pig. I was Varaha. So how can I leave my behavior, my old behavior? So Yashoda said, I won't take you on my lap. Go away from here. So seeing these Leelas, Anugraham Bhaktanam, see how he bestowed his mercy, Anugrah on the Bhaktas. How did he bestow his Kripa? Manusham Deyam Ashrita. Vajate Tatrishi Deva Yashrita Tatparo Vaved. How Bhagavan did his Leela? Manusham Deyam Ashrita. You see, Narvapu is Krishna's form. He appeared like an ordinary boy. So seeing him, who will understand who he is? And Garuda, he had this doubt. And as soon as he had this doubt, then he became very miserable. Now he was only in darkness. So people have come to do bhajan, bhakti, to the santas, to the dham, to Guru, to the vigraha, to the deities, but still they have doubt in the dham, in the deity. Saying, oh, he's made of stone. He's made of plastic, or he's made of copper, wood. How is he Bhagavan? He is not self-manifest, Swayambhu. Swayambhu is somewhere else. How is he a sadhu? Yesterday he was such a low-caste person. Now how did he become a sadhu? He was a cobbler yesterday. So he's seeing the caste of the sadhu, and he's seeing the deities by a stone. He's saying, oh, the words of the Shastras, I'll only accept that which is favorable to me. Oh, the others have written all this. This is not written by the acharyas. Others have written their own conceptions there. So one in this way is always having doubt. So by coming to Shiva Thakur, then when he thought in his mind, and Shiva Thakur, he knows everything. He knows the doubts. So in this way, he kept speaking continuously. And he was saying, see Garuda, just see, he's sitting in front of me because he has doubt in Ram. And see how he's become so depressed, so dejected. See how Garuda, see his position now. And wherever there's Harikatha going on, you must also listen in a nice way. Instead of pranams to that place, you must pray to that place where Harikatha is being spoken. That Harikatha can enter inside your heart. Not that it enters your ears in one ear and goes out of the other. You have to retain it in your heart. And then you say, Garuda, he sat on top. He's so proud, but all the rishis are sitting down. So there, only Khag knows, you see, only the one bird knows the language of another bird. So he said, all right, you go to Kakbushandi. So Kakbushandi, you see, he's like a Shudra. The crow is like very insignificant. You see, crow, what does it do? It goes in the morning to Kaktirtha. And you see, it goes to where all rubbish is, garbage is. And it goes to such a place. And then it starts calling all the other crows, saying, all of you come. All the crows will come. It will never come alone. You start calling all the crows. And then they all sit together, all the crows there. And you see, by one eye, it's looking everywhere. And one eye is blind. So this Garuda is king of birds. And now we see he has to take shelter of a crow, Kakbushandi. Or else how will he be delivered? So that time, Shivji, he said, why do you have this doubt? The Jiva is independent, so will he have doubt because of such independence? No. As long as he has his desires and he's always very hungry for pratishtha, for prestige, adoration, and he's very greedy for such things. He's thinking, oh, everyone should respect me very much, they should listen to me. And then, he's always hungry for pratishtha. And just see his misfortune because of that. Now he had doubt everywhere. Let's see how he is, see how he is. See this Dham. Is Dham Shrestha, or is Giriraj Shrestha, or is Kamyon exalted, or is Gokul exalted? You came to Braj, but you have doubt even in Braj Mandal. Oh, in Giriraj there's only parikrama, there's nothing else left to see there. But in Vrindavan there's everything. Oh, what is there in Gokul, in Kamyan, everything is here. Oh, how is he a sadhu? What does he know? What kind of tapasya has he done? So I say, if he has this independent conception, then there he will think of everyone to be insignificant. There he'll find faults in everyone. And therefore all the sins, all the poverty of this world will envelop that person, cover him. He hasn't learned how to respect others, to praise others. He's only criticizing others. He never praises anyone. He's not so generous. If you see even a slight good quality, then you then you glorify him, but still you'll find faults with everyone. You'll pass so many comments. You'll taunt him so much, saying, "Oh, everyone has faults. I have very nice qualities. I'm full of good qualities. All the others are useless." You see what Mahaprabhu say? He said, "Daya daya anyaman pratishtha varjan. Chari guni guni hao karo kirtan. Sarvagune guni mahashay. Chari karo amani hridaya." Mahaprabhu already said, Dainya daya anyaman. Not that you close, fold your hands and you say, "Oh, I don't know anything. Oh, I don't know anything." No need to show off in this way. That, "Oh, I'm so humble." If you cannot learn to glorify others, except their good qualities, then you're drowning in this drain of misfortune. If anyone has even benefited you a little, then why should you forget him? Like your parents, like your Guru Varga, like your brothers. No. Even not just them, even the Devarshis, even the Munis, or anyone who has benefited you. The king. Devarshi Bhuta Atmanirnam. Whoever there is, the Devata, Rishis, the Pranis, the living entities. If anyone has helped you even a little, you should never forget. And you collect everyone's good qualities. See, what does a bumblebee do? It goes even to poisonous flowers. But still it collects this honey from everywhere, from all the different flowers. Why? Because this beehive is beneficial for everyone. So one who has good qualities, what will do, will collect all of one's good qualities, not just faults. As one collects faults, then he's very sinful. He's papi. Then he's a durachari. And he'll collect so many faults, then he'll become a shudra then after that. And he'll only be lamenting. And one accepts good qualities, then who can be good? There's no one who's a greater ascetic than him. Means he's very good in his austerities. But we are so unfortunate, we never look at anyone's qualities. Say, "You have committed this fault." You're always criticizing. We only criticize others. Criticize and criticize. And therefore, you're collecting everyone's sins, not anyone's spice qualities, good qualities. So this Kamika, Shiva Thakur is telling Garudji, "Tero Garuda." By seeing Ram and Lakshman, what did you do? He said, "How can they be bound by the snakes? If he is really my Prabhu, if he is Bhagavan, this Dasharathi Ram is just human. He is not like my Narayan. My Narayan will never be bound." So he had this doubt. And Sandhyatma Vinashati. No, his mind became very impure. At that time, Shivji said, "This is, you have Bhagavan Seva. You have doubt in Bhagavan now. So how can this impurity in your mind go away?" So that time, he sent him to Kakbhushandi. And he went to Kakbhushandi. Then Kakbhushandi, he spoke about his life. "So Garudji Maharaj, you are very worshipable. You are Bhagavan's priya sevak. See, I was also Shudra. And on the Shivratri day, I had performed this vrata. Why? If I have Shivji's mercy, then I can do so many things. So I did vrata the whole day. In the evening, I was looking for a pandit, some priest, and he can do Shivji's puja by this priest. At that time, I couldn't find any priest. And who will worship my Shivji without a priest? And because I'm a Shudra, no one will accept anything from me, even though not accept Dakshina from me. So he couldn't find any Brahmin. So that time he saw Sadhu. And he was also Ramanuji. He was wearing Ramanuja Tilak. So seeing this Santa, he said, "Oh Bhagwan, I followed the Shivji's vrata. Can you do this puja?" He said, "I don't do Shiva's puja. He said,
ये आपकी कुल्हाड़ी है,
you see, I have an axe in my hand.
पूजा कराओ,
If you don't do, I'll kill you.
मैं बेलपत्र लाता हूँ
I'll bring bay leaves
और धतूरा
and this
और
datura.
फूल,
And datura is like a herb, poisonous herb. And akwak, kaful, this is
ये कुल्हाड़ी है, मार डालूंगा,
kind of flowers.
बोले देखो मरने से अच्छा है,
These kind of flowers. So, perform this puja or should you kill you, he said.
शिव जी के वहाँ जाके क्या मंत्र कर रहा है,
So then this Vaishnava, what did he do? He started saying Ramaya Ramchandraya Ramabhadraya Vedasya Sarvamangala Sarupaya Shri Ramaya Sitapataye Namaha.
जो कभी नहीं करेगा वो शिव जी की पूजा करते ही
So how will he do Shivaji's puja when he's the
नहीं।
Vaishnava?
वो नमः
He said, hey, he say Om Namah Shivaya, kill you or else. He said, I won't say.
कुल्हाड़ी उठाया,
He took his axe, I'll kill you now. Then Shivaji broke out of the linga.
वो शिव जी स्वयं प्रकट हो गए,
And Shivaji himself appeared there.
कैसे दयालु शिव जी,
Let's see how merciful Shivaji
मैं
is.
तेरे को उपशाप देता हूँ,
I kill you now.
करोड़ जन्म
That for 1 crore lives, you'll have to suffer in hell.
अब वो संत ने शिव जी के चरण पकड़ लिए, प्रभु व्रत
And the sadhu, he caught hold of Shivaji's feet. Oh, Prabhu, I followed this brata, I've taken your shelter. If you give me this curse, then what will become of me? How much can I...
ने तो बोल दिया,
So then Shivaji told the Vaishnava, I've already cursed him. So the Vaishnava was so...
संत हृदय रमणीय
See the Vaishnava, his heart is like butter.
क्या
He cannot tolerate the suffering of others.
क्या किया,
He will not look at the faults of others. He will not look at everyone's good qualities.
दिन में एक करोड़ जन्म भोग लेगा,
So then he told Shivaji, all right, let him suffer all those 1 crore lifetimes in 1 day. In 1 day, let him die, take birth immediately. The next time he was born in a Brahmin family. There he went to Lomarsha Rishi. He said, oh Maharaj, give me this Diksha and Ram Mantra. He said, no, you're Brahma, I'm Brahma, everyone is Brahma.
बोल हम ब्रह्मास्मि, बोल नहीं बोलूंगा,
He said, Om Brahmasmi. He said, no.
कितना अनुरोध किया,
He requested him so much. And then Lomarsha Rishi cursed him. You're like a crow, always cawing. Go from here.
ब्रह्म मैं ब्रह्म सब ब्रह्म,
I'm saying everyone is Brahma, you're Brahma, I'm Brahma. You're saying you want Ram Mantra.
मेरे को राम मंत्र दो, नहीं,
So I won't give you Ram Mantra. Go from here. Become a crow.
जा रहा है, बोले ऐसा
And then he became a crow. And then Lomarsha Rishi felt sad for him. He said, all right, come here. And then he gave him this Ram Mantra. And he said, now I'll make you a Brahmin again. Now I'm sorry. He said, no,
को मंत्र मिला,
this mantra that you've given me in this body is very good.
अच्छा कि आपने को
Crow body.
कोई पूछेगा नहीं,
So no one will care about me. No one will disturb me. No one will respect me. This is very good for me.
तो जब गुरु राम कथा करता
Now I'll only speak about Ram Katha. I'll only be absorbed in Ram Leela.
है, मेरे सिद्धि है,
Oh, this is my Siddhi. This is my Siddhi Swarup. He said, all right.
तो आप सुन लीजिए, करोड़ जी को सुनाना है, देखो,
So Kakbhushan Devi is speaking to Garuda.
अब उसके लिए तुम क्या सोचते
See, he's Swayam Bhagavan himself.
अब क्या करें,
You have this doubt.
तब बताया,
So then he
कोई
said,
प्राकृत कामना
that don't have
स्वतंत्र रूप से ही मात्र
any mundane desires
बुद्धि के अलावा
except for Bhagwan's Priti. If you think about your own enjoyment, you think I want to enjoy,
बुद्धि के अलावा भगवान के अलावा
except for the Priti of Bhaktas and Bhagwan,
कुछ और कुछ कर
you're trying to do something new,
उसका फल
then who will take the fruit of all that? You'll have to enjoy yourself. Be the
प्रभु के लिए
fruit of your own karma
तो
then.
वह फल नहीं बनेगा,
Where there's Bhagwan's seva, there is no fruits of karma. Bhagavan himself says, Karma nyeva adhikarasya ma phaleshu kadachana.
माँ कर्म फले तो कुर्मा ये संवस्तो कर्मणि, हाँ, कर्म की फल की तुम चिंता मत करो।
So don't think about the fruits of karma. Do everything only for me.
तो बाप जानता है बेटे के लिए कैसे काम करना है,
You see, father, he knows how to look after his son. Why should the son think about himself separately?
करके पैसा दौलत देने बैठने
Think about all these things separately.
हमारा है, तो परमपिता परमेश्वर प्रभु है, मालिक है,
Parmeshwar Prabhu is with us.
सब कुछ करते हो हमारे
So if
लिए,
we do everything for Prabhu, will he not think about us?
अगर सब कुछ करे उनके लिए तो पूरा
You see, even if you don't think about him, still he'll look after us. And if you think about him, then just think how he'll be so happy with us. So then Garudaji went there.
ये एकादशी का नाम कामिका एकादशी, प्राकृत
Therefore it's called Kamika Ekadashi. If you have any, don't have any separate desires.
भी है, मैं तब तक तो
Ekadashi Devi, she says,
मुक्ति दिलाऊंगी,
so by then I'll give you mukti.
अगर कोई प्रार्थना करोगे एकादशी करोगे
If you do Ekadashi,
कामनाओं से रहित करके
then I'll make you free from all mundane desires.
कामना भगवत सेवा के
And I'll give you this Prakrit, Bhagavad Seva, this desire for only serving Bhagavan.
चातुर्मास्य
Ekadashi, she gives this desire. Therefore, as soon as Chaturmasya begins, Shiv Thakur, he opened this center for Harikatha, Harikirtan.
सारा दुनिया कांवर लेके
From Kailash, everyone, they go and they offer water to Shivji. Just offer Ganga water to him, he's so happy. Shivji says, oh, make me free from all desires as well as make me free from Shok, Moha, Bhaya.
क्या करो, चरणों में स्थान
Just give me a place to lotus feet Shivji. Engage me in Bhagavan's Seva. Why? Because he himself is engaged.
चातुर्मास्य का पहले एकादशी,
Therefore, this is the first Ekadashi of Chaturmasya.
ये कामिका एकादशी इस एकादशी का इतना
This
महिमा है
Kamika Ekadashi.
कि जब तक मुक्ति नहीं मिला
As long as you don't have mukti, agraha mukti, tava sarva bandhanash. Tarisayate Shri Krishna Das.
मुक्ति तो हो
First there should be mukti.
तो नहीं हुए
If there is no mukti, then how can you do Bhagavan's seva?
बद्ध जी बंधे हुए माया में
But the Jiva is only bound by this Maya.
से जाते हैं मानव से मुक्ति होती रहेगा
Vaidya Guru Shivji, he'll make you free from this Maya Maya. He is Mangalmaya. Shiva. These two syllables, they especially embody all kinds of auspiciousness. So if one knows or does not know any of he offers little Ganga Jal to Shivji, then he'll become so happy. He's Bholinath. He's Ashutosh. And he'll give you all adhikar for kirtan, for shastras, harikatha, everything he'll give you adhikar. Make you free from Maya. So in this Kamika Ekadashi, everyone, they follow this Chaturmasya Vrat, they become free from all mundane desires. And how they engage in Bhagavad Seva. Therefore Vaishnavanam Yata Sambhu. Jagat Guru Shiva Thakur, everyone they go there and take surrender to him. Now we listen. In some days, you see this. You see in Harihaliti, Julan, they'll appear. Rakhi Purnima, Balde Purnima, and Janmashtami, Radhashtami. In these 4 months, so many festivals will appear. And all these different forms of worship of Bhagavan will appear. But if your mind is polluted, then you will not be able to do anything. Then you will go in the opposite way. If you surrender to Ekadashi Devi purely, then she'll take you in the proper way, make you free from all mundane desires, and make you established in this aprakrit calm, transcendental calm.
Sudha Bhakta Charanarenu Vajanayanu Mula Bhakta Seva Parama Siddhi Premananda Sudha Bhakta Charanarenu Vajanayanu Mula Madhavati Bhakti Janani Yatane Balana Ekadashi Dede Bhakti Janani Yadane Palana Kare Krishna Vasati Vasati Gori Paramaya Devari Sudha Bhakta Charanarenu Vajanayanu Gaurayama Sesavasane Sudha Bhakta Charanareno Ajanayanu Mridangavadya Sunitaman Avasara Sadayatya Gaura Vihita Kirtana Shuni Anandare Gayanatya Sudha Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajanayanu Yugala Murti Gargi Amara Paramanandaya Prasada Seva Paditavaya Sakala Prapancha Jaya Sudha Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajanayanu Jedina Griha Bhajana Daki Grihata Golokamaya Charana Sindhu Dekiya Ganga Sukana Sima Paya Sudha Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajanayanu Tulasi Deki Juraya Pran Madhava Dosha Nijani Gaura Priya Shaka Sevane Jivana Sarta Kamani Sudha Bhakta Charanarenu Bhajanayanu Bhakti Vina Krishna Bhajane Anukula Payaja Prati Divase Parama Sukhe Svikara Karayena Katha seva parama siddhi premalati karamula Shuddha bhakta charanarenu bhajanaya nukula Jaya Ekadashi Jaya Maharaj Ekadashi Jaya Maharaj Thakur Bhaktivedanta Thakur Bhaktivedanta Bhaktivedanta Thakur Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Satchidananda Jaya Gaura Hare Satchidananda Jaya Gaura Hare Jaya Ekadashi Jaya Maharaj Ekadashi Jaya Maharaj Jai Radha Vinati Hari Radha Vinati Hari Radha